it's a great question, because I think no matter what part of the country you're in, you're going to be having to deal with Mother Nature at some point. And this past week, I guess a week ago, we had a very rare Arctic polar vortex come through, which basically we had about a foot of snow, which for Indiana is unusual these days. And then that snow was followed by plummeting temperatures that we hadn't seen in 20 plus years. So what ended up happening during that time was there was a lot of ice, a lot of wind, and we lost some power. So one of the things that we do to try to minimize interruption in our operation during power outages is to have backup units on all of our equipment. So if you kind of pan around here, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the video here or not. Maybe we'll insert some pictures so you can see it better. But all of our 13 3D printers, rapid prototyping machines, SLA machines, they are all equipped with an uninterruptible power supply unit, and they range in size depending on the requirements of the machine. So I would say for the most part, they can probably keep us going for about 30 minutes of power outages, and anything beyond that we'll have to look at shutting the machines down properly, or pausing them in hopes that you can restart them at a later time. We did have one machine during this last power outage, which lasted about 2 or 3 hours, where we had to cut the machine short, and then once power was restored, we were able to pick back up where we left off, and there was no issues with the parts whatsoever. So, like I said, no matter where in the country you are, you're going to have issues with power at some point. So as long as you're prepared, I highly recommend having a UPS. That's kind of one of our standard procedures on each piece of equipment that we